Cole and Jayden, this is a different time of year. For you, Cole, it's something very familiar. Jayden, this is a first-time experience for you, so let me start with you. What's it been like to get to the end of the regular season and know that there's some business still to tend to?
Yeah, I mean, it's really just continue, have the same mindset, continue to work. Just make sure we have one more week extra with the boys.
You've come on pretty strong at the end, not that you weren't playing well before then, but what's been the motivation for you here these last couple of weeks to kind of take over on offense at times?
Really, it's just play every down like it's your last down. I mean, I am a senior, both of us seniors. So, I mean, it's a big year for us. Senior year, last year of high school football. Nobody knows if you'll go play next level or not. So
nope, you don't ever get that next
just
step
play
promised.
Every snap like it's your last.
And so, Cole, as I mentioned, you're pretty used to this. You're kind of veteran. For a guy like Jayden or some of your younger guys, Ryan, what's your advice to them in terms of, is there any preparation that's different for the playoffs, or do you just kind of just put nose to the grindstone and do the same stuff?
Well, I mean, you definitely want to, execute the same level that you have been all year, but I mean, there's definitely a different mindset going into the playoffs. I mean, it's win or go home, and seasons go fast. I mean, if they're younger guys, they got to take every opportunity they can to do successful in the playoffs, because they're going to be seniors just like me, and we only got so many games left. So me and all the seniors, we're going to be doing our best to keep going till December.
Now, Jayden and the offense have kind of stolen some of the headlines here down the stretch, but the defense has done its job pretty well. What is working right now that you feel comfortable and confident going into the playoffs with?
Well, I mean, I just think we're kind of doing our jobs. I think we're executing. Everyone's just kind of, having, hey, you do your job, you do ours, and collectively as a team, it's going to work out for us. And as long as secondary does our job and the D-line creates some havoc, I feel pretty good about our defense.
I've mentioned this to a couple of your other defensive teammates. This is a little bit of role reversal for Lubbock-Cooper, because the last few years it was the defense kind of doing a lot of the heavy lifting and making sure the offense just kind of filled in some gaps. Well, right now the offense is, not that you guys aren't, but the offense, this is a pretty dynamic offense.
Oh, yeah.
How much does that give you confidence going into the playoffs that this is a different kind of Lubbock-Cooper team?
I mean, it kind of lets us play a lot of loose. We got really good players on offense. We know they're going to go put points on the board, and just kind of, lets us do our job and, make some plays on the defense. That's one thing that we always want to do is, create turnovers, create havoc, and get 3 and outs. But that's just knowing that we have really good players on the outside of the ball gives us loose.
So, Jayden, I'm not trying to make you blush, but you're a big part of the reason why the offense is more dynamic, but kind of throw some bouquets at your sophomore quarterback and some of those other guys that have kind of emerged and really grown this season. What has been the key on that side?
Yeah, I mean, Ryan, he's young, but his mind isn't young. He's real talented. He's real smart. He knows how to make decisions in a split second like that. And another player is Michael Deaver. Michael Deaver, he has stepped up real big. When I first got here, I knew him for a little bit for things outside of school and stuff like that. But yeah, he stepped up. I mean, that kid's gonna be good.
And then the crew that probably has flown under the radar a little bit is that offensive line, because there was so much rebuilding up there. How good have they been?
They've been excellent, man. Day in, day out, they work hard. Coach Hayes gets some boys straight in line. Make sure no mistakes, no mental mistakes, anything like that. If you do, you're out. But yeah, the O-line, they stepped up real big these last couple weeks.
I mentioned to Cole when Holton walked by, I think he blocks out the sun when he's around. He's kind of the ringleader over there. When you guys have watched him as a senior, as a guy who's a D1 commit, I know he's very humble, but how has he kind of become kind of the, I don't want to say father figure, big brother figure to those guys?
Yeah, he stepped up and led those guys, those young guys for sure. I mean, he knows what it takes to get done. I mean, once you know what it is, then that's when you got to step up and lead, help your group out, so we can go get this dub playoff season.
You see some similarities, Cole, between him and guys like Kyler Jordan and Kobe, who were starters from day one, that they kind of brought guys along as the season went on?
I mean, yeah, he's been on varsity all 4 years, and so he kind of knows the drill, knows the expectations, and he's going to enforce them on the younger guys, make sure they're following. He's going to lead the program a lot better than how he started it.
The last thing for both of you guys, you've got an opponent coming up Thursday, El Paso Parkland. As you've looked at them, what are some things you have to be ready for against them, other than knowing they're the underdog? They're going to come here and just basically try to do anything they can.
Well, I mean, defensively, I know their offense likes to go very fast. We haven't played a whole lot of teams this year, so we're just going to have to be ready, a lot of game planning stuff. Kind of what I was saying earlier, just doing our job. We got to do our job, execute. I think if we execute, we'll be playing a good game.
And offensively, I mean, our offense is so dynamic that I feel like if we can beat anybody, we just have to do our job, execute plays that we already need to learn, got things mentally down. It's a short week, so we're gonna have to put in the work. But we're for sure gonna be ready for that defense.
Short week is good for one thing. You don't have to wait to get in.
Yeah.
For a guy like you get one extra day. You have to wait to get out there and get your toe in the water.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.